All right. It's basically Monday, episode 54. I'm here with the normal crew. Hello, Gouda. Hello.
What's up?
How's everyone? Oh, that was my knuckles. Jesus. I'm an old man.
Yeah, getting old already.
Yeah, I'm very old. Oh, but speaking of, I do have
Thinking,
something for the segment of like we're we're getting how do you know you're getting older? So, we've had a lot of rain here recently. And I've been doing all of these, and I previously had an injury where, like, I actually think it happened when I was with you all for the first time. But we were out partying one night, and I decided I was gonna like jump off of something. This is like at least 8, 9 years ago. Anyway, I jumped off something that night, and I landed basically directly on my right knee. And when we were
oh
walking home one
yeah,
night, yeah.
yep,
So just in the last
yeah,
three
I
years,
remember that.
that spot, I've crashed in that spot one other time too. And every time since then I've crashed in that spot, it feels like my kneecap's gonna fall off. So I've like developed a weird like imbalance in my legs because of it. And it's kind of weird. It's like this leg, like I barely am using any of the muscles around there because everything just tensed up after that. So I've been doing all these exercises and shit to like try to make it like strengthening the area, which have been working pretty well. But this like 2 days ago, like it started like feeling really strange again, like almost throbbing, but not really painful. I was like, what the fuck? Like I've been doing all this shit. Like why is it not feeling better? It turns out that it had rained the past 3 days, and my knee just was reacting to the low pressure. Then my wife told me.
Low pressure,
Yeah, so I'm
like
at the
air
age,
pressure.
right? Yeah, in the
Oh my
atmosphere.
God.
So apparently I'm at the age
Don't even
where
don't even say it, man. Don't say it out loud. You're really gonna
I'm
you're
there, man.
oh
Don't
man,
even say
don't yeah, don't even say it.
I'm I'm at
If
the
you say
age
that, nah, don't
it. Like
where
you said,
well,
apparently I'm at the age.
I'll
I can
appreciate a warning in the future if you like know something's coming on, just
yeah.
like send me a text or
I'm gonna be
something.
like, sure does feel like rain.
Ah, no, you said it.
But
Hilarious.
yeah,
That's too bad.
Wow.
I'm that old
I mean,
now.
I guess
Yeah,
it's kind of cool to like gain a superpower in a way.
Yeah,
that's
yeah, I
true.
guess so. But it
Huh.
made like how I walked that whole day feel like my leg was gonna snap.
God damn. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that though. Like when you fell off, you like jumped on this like I don't know, it was like a median planter thing that was maybe like 2 or 3 feet off the ground. And when you jumped off, I don't know like what happened, but like you landed, you used your knee to land. Like you
Mhm.
used
It's
your
like
knee to break your fall on the cement. And I was like, damn, like that looked like it hurt. But you just like rolled and like got right back up like nothing even happened.
yeah, and it felt like nothing had happened until about 7 years later.
No, didn't you say the next day it was hurting though?
Yeah, but then like after a couple of days, I didn't feel it anymore. So I just assumed like, oh, it's fine. Like, and I'm sure that's probably where my imbalance started, where I started to lean on my left side because it was probably hurting, and then it stopped hurting because I had just like not been on it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said, yep, that's how you know I'm old.
How in the world did it make it through futsal?
I don't know.
That's true. You did make
I
it through
wasn't I
futsal.
wasn't too old back then though. Like that was only a couple of years removed from that. So I was still like what, 24, what were we? Like
Yeah.
23, 24, 25 around that time?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like still young. You might not be able to run as fast as the 22-year-old, but you don't really notice it, I feel like, in any meaningful way. Like when I was running around in futsal, I certainly did not feel gassed at any point.
I didn't feel I mean so much as like speed, but just like the lateral like cutting movements and like back and forth. Like I feel like if it were to happen any time, it would have been because of futsal.
Oh.
But maybe you do something else like that that I don't know about.
The cutting stuff, the cut like cutting from. Yeah, no, the futsal will be the only time.
Yeah, like violent lateral movements, like back and forth for extended periods of time.
I used to when I was like a smaller kid, but no, not since like the age of 10 or 12.
Yeah, when's the last time either of you have just been on a run?
Year and a half ago.
You
Yeah,
went
sometime last year.
you went on a run, just like in your neighborhood or on a neighborhood that you were staying in or something.
Hmm.
What was so good about last year? Why'd you guys do it last year and why'd you stop?
It was just something to do.
You're like, huh?
Um,
Like, yeah, just something
yeah.
to.
Well, I actually used to enjoy running. Oh, like when I did it in high school, at least the long distance. But it's just really hard to get like back into it in the same way. Like I weighed like back then at most like 130, 132. So like even now when I'm not trying to eat that much, I weigh at least 140. So it's just like when I run, I feel like I'm definitely carrying extra weight and my joints are not as like bouncy as they once were. Part of that's my own fault. Like I haven't just done the work to keep my joints strong over the years, but yeah, when you try to go on that first run, it's like, fuck, like that was not fun. So yeah, I've tried to get back into it maybe 3 or 4 times since like high school, and each time I just didn't stick with it.
Yeah, I kind of like to use it as a like a gauge for myself just to see like what is that first run like? Am I fast? Do I have to stop? Like, am I winded? Does it hurt? Like, it's always good to just
It's a
like
so it's a
check.
part of your physical then, your personal physical with yourself.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Like, can you make it on a run out in the wild? Yeah, that's a pretty good. That's
Yeah,
like something.
that's a good barometer for where you're at.
Yeah.
Because if you have to ever be faster than the person behind you, that might be a problem.
I'm never worried about that.
Yeah, that I'm never worried about either, crazy enough. Because I might not be able to run for very long, but I won't have to.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
gonna be okay.
That's
If
true.
there was ever if there was ever an Olympics for like walking through crowds, I think I could win. I think I could make like the US team at least.
Mm,
Yeah,
nah.
I'm pretty decent at that myself, actually. Yeah, it is fun. I don't know if
Yeah.
I'd make the Olympics, but I feel like, yeah, definitely better than average. That's hilarious.
The
Yeah,
Olympics.
yeah, and you're over here thinking you can, in 15 years, you can beat any old 15-year-old at a game of pickup
Oh no, I
basketball.
didn't say any 15-year-old. I said my 15-year-old
Oh, you're like, okay, I'm
or
gonna
my
make sure she's
18-year-old.
bad enough at basketball.
Oh no no
I can
no
settle
no no.
down with.
I would definitely like teach her how to do it, but I would definitely never let her win.
Dude, it's gonna happen.
No.
I'm trying to think, was there ever a time my parents could beat me at sports? Like, no. My parents were never into sports like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
So
I don't ever
before,
remember my parents being able to beat me at
yeah.
any sport.
So basically, to fill everyone in, we were talking before the podcast about like would we? Well, first we were talking about LeBron James because he's still like playing and he's pretty old for a basketball player. He's like 39, and we're talking about like how if if at any time when you were playing basketball, the best player on your team was somebody's father, like LeBron is, then you might be in trouble. And that became like, oh, do we think by the time we're like of an older age or we have like teen uh like daughters or sons, like would we be able to beat them in sports? So like by the time they were 18 or like very physically fit, do we think we could beat them? And I said I think I'd be able to beat them. That would make me how old? 40? No, 48. Yeah, it'd have to be 48.
It's hard to imagine that I could. Probably because, yeah, my
Yeah, I
parents
think I'll be able to do it.
could never beat me.
But did your parents like take care of themselves physically and like were they active the entire time you were uh, growing up with them?
Definitely not my mom. But my dad, he was active. He didn't take care of himself physically, I would say. But he definitely, like, there's a lot of walking on his job. So, like, yeah, like, I know he can get to, like, a sprint. At least back then. I don't know about
Okay,
now.
so
I probably
so
can
let's
now.
let's set the bar at taking care of yourself. Like regularly get your heart rate above like and maintained at like 110 or 120.
You can do that without exercise.
That is true.
Okay, because
Uh,
through physical effort, through physical exertion.
Okay, yeah, you can still do.
does screaming count?
Through full body movement. So even if
Okay,
you're just
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, man.
even if you're just spazzing, that's literally enough where your heart rate would be okay. Like yeah, that's fine.
That's hilarious. I don't know. No, my mom definitely still not. My dad, I don't know. He's like on the edge, probably on the side of not taking as good care of yourself, but on like the very like far end of that, like where it's like almost where it's like, no, you take good care of yourself, you're fine. So,
Hmm.
but still, ultimately, not really. No. Like, did I ever see him go to the gym or play a sport or go on a run or work out? No. But did he do things physical regularly? Like, yeah, like he would be building shit, like carrying stuff, like constant physical labor
Sure.
and constant walking. So I feel like calories burned or the amount of work put in, he does good. But
Okay.
if we're talking like actual, like high
Yeah,
performance
like
things,
exercise.
yeah, then probably not.
Like exercise on purpose.
Right. No, the most I've seen either of them do was when my mom left her purse somewhere in Mall of America and we all had to sprint back to the store like after it. And like I was just thought I was sprinting alone, but then I looked back and they were right behind me and I was like full sprinting. I was like, "Oh shit." Like my parents are like
And
almost keeping up.
how old are you?
I was a teenager. They weren't keeping up, but like they were almost keeping up.
Okay,
Like they were
okay.
close.
So hear me out. If someone who you said doesn't take care of themselves could almost keep up with you just from nothing to trying to sprint, you don't think I'd have a chance against an 18-year-old if I took care of myself the whole time?
Okay,
Come
I guess
on,
you
give
have a
me a little
chance.
credit. Yeah,
You
come
do
on.
have a chance.
A little chance. Yeah.
But there's also a good chance you could lose too.
Nah,
Like I
man.
would say like if like Mila was like if she liked the sport and felt like she was like maybe not even felt like she was good at it, but if she just liked it and actually like played and stuff for like a little bit, like I would feel like by the time she turned 18, yeah, there's a good chance, like a really good chance that like she could end up being the one better than you at the end of that. Like I
Whatever.
do think you do have a chance though. Like I would say like maybe the odds right now are like close to 50-50. I guess we got to see like how things turn out. But like if she's like an athlete or something, I'm like, nah, your odds are dropping, bro. Like like no, and if like she's on varsity basketball, if she's on varsity basketball, then I'm like I'm voting for her for sure all day every day. Yeah, guaranteed. But if she doesn't play like like a on a team, then I would say okay, you have a chance.
Okay. Yeah,
No,
if she
yeah,
decides to start doing it professionally, then maybe not.
not even professionally. I just feel like
I
recreationally,
I
but
feel like if
Yeah.
organized.
no, I feel like if you're still playing basketball in high school, like late high school, like 18, then you probably would have some desire to play collegiately, even if you weren't like good enough. And that means you probably spent some time on it. So even for like for me, if you're just wanting to think in that direction, then yeah, you could probably beat me. That's enough. That's enough skill to just I'm not gonna be able to keep up, even if I'm faster than you and I like move around better.
So by high school, do you think it's too late for someone to make it on a varsity team on pure skill and talent alone, just like blind, just like somehow they just happen to be good at this sport and they get on the team?
It depends on the sport. For things like running, things that are not like highly technical. So like running, well, lifting weights could be highly technical, but like you could also just be strong. Um,
Those have
yeah,
varsity teams?
yeah, at like big schools, yeah. I mean, even our high school had JV and varsity cross country teams.
No, I mean weightlifting.
Yeah, yeah, they do.
There was a weightlifting team?
At No, I'm not talking about at our school, but I'm saying those exist.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I couldn't even imagine like being friends with someone like that in high school. Someone that's just juiced to the gills already.
They're already juiced.
Why
Like
do
that's
they?
That's
Well, wait,
terrifying.
wild.
wait, wait. Why do they have to be juiced? Why couldn't they just be like like maybe they're not the best lifter, but if they have a team,
But
like they could just be strong.
varsity. No, if you're on
The
varsity
wait, wait, wait.
weightlifting, you're juiced to the
Nah,
gills.
How
that's
do you lift
crazy.
on a
Like out of
team?
everyone in the entire high school, like you are on the varsity
Well,
team
not
of
everyone.
like strength. Like I'm like you have to be spending time on it, right? Outside of school.
Nah,
Like my
the.
hobbies were never like, man, I'm trying to get this bicep bigger.
Yeah, same. I was never like I'm trying to get ripped like
Yeah,
in
not
I
not
until
in high
college.
mean,
school.
those
Yeah,
aren't.
yep.
That's more bodybuilding. Like weightlifting is just how strong you are. So they're not like trying to look a certain way. They're just trying to lift a certain amount of weight.
But then you end up looking that way.
No. The people who are just strong do not look like the people who like professionally bodybuild. That is a look of like you're not real. That's but like if you're just strong, you could look like physically strong and have like bigger muscles than other people and not just look like an alien.
What if you never ever once did leg day?
I don't understand.
But
I don't
you were like
understand the question.
varsity you were like varsity number one spot for like bench pressing. So then you would look fucking weird.
Yeah, that would be strange. But I can't imagine that you'd be on a weightlifting team and only train your upper body. That would be a little strange. But all right. Yeah. Yeah,
That'd
I
be
guess
hilarious.
if that happened, that would be weird.
Even in bench, like, aren't you using your legs just a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. If you're benching
Hey,
like for real, yeah, you're using your legs.
all right, what if you were varsity one curling?
Yeah, now you're just, now you're fucked up.
Yo, varsity curling? I've never heard of that. I've never heard of.
Yeah, don't they have? They have those arm wrestlers or like the slap fighters, and they just have
Oh
one
yeah.
big arm.
They slap the fuck out of you. Slap fighters? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the most wild thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm trying to get hit.
You just let yourself get hit as hard as someone can. Like, it's,
Okay, if you're listening to this, comment how much money would someone have to pay you to participate in a slap fight, like a slap fight competition style. And I'll explain that in a second. If with someone who's like already done it several times, like they're not a professional, but like they're what you'd call semi-pro. Like they know what's going on in the slap fighting world. How much money would it take for you to get in the ring with a person like that
like, are you gonna
as
cover
as
the
your
cost
opponent?
of me getting a new face, or should I price that in?
Well, you should know. You should be pricing in what it will take.
Okay. Well then, yeah. How much does it cost to get a new face?
I imagine a lot.
All right. Uh, well, let's do that plus about I don't know. Well, like realistically, a new face and $1 million or close to it. At least 900,000. I'm not going a cent under that. Like if it was 899.99 cents, I would say no and be insulted.
But the $1 over, you're like, okay,
Yeah,
let's do
I would be
this.
like, fine.
Now you're talking my language. $1 less, you're like, how dare you?
Yeah. But honestly, no, I want 1 million though. Like that's what I would really want. I would feel a lot better about it. And then obviously whatever a new face costs, because I'll need it. After somebody slaps it literally off, like it'll be on the floor. Or like hanging off like the other side of my face.
Yeah, that'd be pretty bad. Like,
What about you guys?
oh, it would have to be several million.
Several million?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I need
I would
to.
say I would
What?
say 500 million. That's enough to start my life over.
Yeah, and no one.
500 million? You could start 500 lives over with that one. That's crazy.
No, I
No,
definitely
but
could
the
not
way my
completely
life has
restart
to
with
end,
that.
like
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to like go to therapy and then
Yes.
like any
Yep.
hospital bills and then like I'm not gonna be able to live a normal life
You said you're gonna
because
have to
that,
go to
that video is gonna
therapy?
live on forever. So it's gonna be like, dude, aren't you the guy that lost everything? Like his face, that your face was literally on the ground. To be like, yeah, that was me.
Guys, I go to therapy because I'm so traumatized because I can literally see my own face on the ground.
Yeah, could you imagine? Oh my god,
Oh God.
if I saw that, oh man, you have to
Yeah.
die, right?
Yeah. $1 million is nowhere near enough. Like, are you kidding?
Like if that were to happen, like if you were to know like that, or like there's a good possibility of that happen, then yeah, I'm gonna have to up it from 1 million.
I'd be able to see my own face. Oh.
And your opponent's gonna pick it up and wear it, and the crowd's gonna start cheering.
There's no way you're still alive that long, right?
You're just standing there with no face. Just.
Like you're not even on the ground. You're just standing with like your arms to your
No,
side, like you
no,
lose.
no. Mortal Kombat taught me that you die within 10 seconds when that happens. Like,
Without a
you can't,
face.
you can't, yeah, you can't just stand there without a face. Like, you just crumple right after that.
Oh my god,
Oh man.
that's too funny. So you guys said
But yeah, it's
several
gonna have to
million.
be 1 trillion, man.
Much.
Yeah, actually, after
God.
thinking about it, I don't think I want that ever. So no, thank you. I just
Yeah.
I don't think.
Okay, so what if there is a stipulation that this guy is nowhere near good enough to ever actually dislike attach your face or any other part of your body?
Okay, now
Like at
we're
worst, you will get a broken nose or black eyes.
okay. That 20 million probably then.
I think still like 300 million.
Oof.
Ooh.
Like if you break your nose and like maybe my jaw, like I don't know, I think that hospital bill can still really fuck you up.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
300
I
million?
guess 100 million is probably appropriate.
You could build like 100 schools with that.
Yeah, but that's not what this money's for. So.
Yeah, I got my face slapped in. I need
Yeah.
100 public schools worth of money.
Yeah, we need to teach everyone we can not to do this.
You could have just not done it in the first place.
We'll call it No Slap Academy.
Oh my lord.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that would be pretty devastating.
Team no slap.
So if your child is trying to become like a professional boxer, so you're gonna be like, all right, let's put them up. We're fighting. You're gonna beat them no matter what. Like
Well, I
I'm
wouldn't
about
let
to knock
my
you out.
I
One
wouldn't let
hit
my children
KO.
even do boxing.
Why? But I mean, it's a sport.
Yeah, I know. I don't disagree it's a sport. I just think it's a dangerous one.
So you'll only be able to beat them in sports you allow them to play.
It's just I won't let them do anything that would like physically harm them in a sport. Like where the intent is harm. Like part of the intent of the sport is to harm the other person. Like basketball,
I
that's not the
feel like
intent.
that's
Soccer, that's
that's
not the
That's
that's
not
intent.
the
I think
intent
that's
in boxing.
I
It
think that's the intent
absolutely
in
You
makes
intend to
sense.
make them fall to the ground and become unconscious. Like, you're not supposed to necessarily
I
harm.
mean, who knows if it's harm? Is it really harm?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, but any of the other sports, I would think that I would still be able to have quite a good chance against them. I believe it. I also have to keep myself
So is football included in one of
strong.
those sports?
Yes,
Okay. It
absolutely.
is rugby one of them?
Yeah, rugby, probably not.
What about thunderdoming?
What the hell is that?
Like a death match? A
with
1v1 all out death match?
with or without motorbikes.
Either or. So probably with.
Jesus.
Oh, I thought
Yeah,
you were actually considering it.
No, no, that just sounds terrible.
can they do any sport where they have to like have a stage name in order to participate?
A stage name? Like what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like they're
what if they wanted to do what is that called? Like
I don't even know
wrestling.
what it is.
But it's like fake wrestling, like WWE or whatever.
yeah, wrestling or
Like you don't get harmed in that. Like not really.
Why would they
I
be
mean
doing
you
that as
can.
a? Why would they be doing that as a sport in high school? Like what?
I like
Why are they doing this?
like
Uh, why are they doing this? I just don't
okay.
understand.
Like what if it was just like what
They're
if it was
like,
just like
Dad, I really want you to come to my fake match tonight after school. Like,
it's not called a fake match. It's called
my
a
fake
Nacho
wrestling
Libre.
match. I- I'd
No,
really
I'm just
like you to
kidding.
see me get hurt. Like, wink, wink.
Hurt, yeah, wink, wink. At my wrestling
At
match
my
today.
wrestling match tonight.
uh, yeah, it's all choreographed and everything,
Oh,
and,
fuck.
poorly choreographed at that.
Yeah, that would not be something I would be looking to have them participate in.
But would you let them if it was a true passion of theirs?
No.
The way you shoot it down, like you have no second thoughts on that. There's like my one life's true passion. Like there's only one thing I desire to do, and I will be complete if I get to do this. And
Yeah.
all it is fake wrestling. And you're just like, no.
I
So
mean, you've got a
when
long
you say
life.
that,
18 will be around the corner, and if at 18 you want to go do some wrestling, all right, go for it. But when you're under my roof, nah, nah,
That's crazy. You know
that's
they're not gonna like you if they get big. They're gonna be talking about how all the haters
I'd
told them they couldn't do it,
I'd
and you're gonna be
actually
included in that.
I'd actually sooner let her like learn like a martial art where you could harm someone, but like again, the intent when you're learning it is not necessarily to harm someone. Like I'd rather have her learn that. Like I'd let her participate in
She
that.
doesn't
Like if it's
want
like,
that.
oh,
She
oh,
wants
so
the
this
beauty
version,
and glory
oh, she's just
of
oh,
the stage.
so she's addicted to other people giving her validation for her performance.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds great. No, I won't be. We won't be participating in that at all.
What?
Absolutely not.
What's wrong with that? It's just like
That's
wanting to be
terrible.
an actor or something, but you're an actor on a wrestling stage instead of a theater.
Okay, and you can do that at 18 if that's really still your passion then. If it's your
Oh,
passion
cool.
for real, it won't go away in a couple of years.
She's gonna be like, she's gonna be like, my haters said they couldn't, like I couldn't do it, and my biggest hater was
So is
my
there
dad.
any okay, so is there anything that's actually a good question. Is there anything that you would not let your daughter participate in if they wanted to? Like is there where is your line
Yeah,
then?
I would say like the same things you were. Like I wouldn't let him do football either. Even if there was like
Okay.
it's my passion, I'd be like, I'm sorry, like
Okay.
I can't. Like you're gonna hate me, and maybe you will. And if you become big in football, I'll be like, that's good.
Yeah, but at least you'll
But
be
like I'm
alive.
so scared for your future when CTE kicks in. Hopefully
Yeah.
they just have a cure for it. But like yeah, at least you'll be alive. So like yeah, those things I would just be like, I have to take the L for this one, and just like hopefully she'll understand one day. Or, but for WWE, I'll be like, I would think it's super lame. Like, so lame. Like, oh, ah, oh,
Yeah, that'd
oh.
be
Just don't do it. Like, you can, and maybe one day I'll change my mind. Like, maybe like
no,
in 15 years,
no.
we'll be listening to this and be like, remember when you said you hated this? We're like, look at that. I was able to change your mind. Maybe that'll be a thing. Maybe if it's like really her passion, her true life's passion. But I hope
Mm.
not. Hopefully, I just don't even have to say no to that, and she just does it on her own. WWE, ugh. Like,
Like, where would she even get exposure to that in the first place? Where she'd be like, "Yeah, this is exactly what like what?
the internet.
Who is suggesting that at 15?"
Maybe it becomes like a fad for like a moment,
Ugh, what?
just for long enough to catch her.
Oh my.
That'd be so stupid. Oh, whatever. Yeah, I would let her do it though, and still go to all her matches and
Mm-mm.
cheer her or whatever
No.
she wants me to do. Wait, why not WWE? And what's your reasoning for it? Because like she likes the attention of the crowd.
Yeah, that just sounds strange to me. And like I don't understand why you need to perform wrestling moves.
So if you do anything in front of a crowd, is that bad?
No.
But just wrestling moves, fake wrestling moves in particular.
Yeah, why are you performing a persona where you're someone who needs to hurt other people for fun? I don't understand. Like, why is that the sport that
It's
your
it's
character
not
chose?
hurting other people. It's an elegant dance and
Oh,
choreograph
ah, I see.
between two collaborators.
Yeah, that sounds fucking stupid.
It's more like an opera.
Oh, all right. What's next opera two then? Fuck it. Get it out of here.
That's hilarious. You said no operaing
Get
either.
it out of here. Like honestly, like I'm not saying that I would. Again, if you are an adult and you're like moved out, you decide what you want to do. But I would not be suggesting careers where like stardom is part of what you need to succeed in it. Like I feel like your chances for success for that is so small, it has you chasing something that might not actually be you. So because you're chasing what everyone else is chasing. So like I don't think that's a good mantra for life. You know, if, for the few actors that are well known and are doing well, it worked out for them. But for every one of them, there's like thousands more people who just don't make it. So uh, if that's the direction you're going, again, when you're an adult, I can't stop you. But I'm not gonna like be like, yeah, that's a great idea. Like because you really love acting, it makes sense for you to be a professional actor. Like I think you should take a moment and really research what that means because that's probably going to be a lot harder than you think.
Yeah, and then they're gonna go research and be like, yeah, I still want to do it.
Okay. Well, when you're 18, you take your time and make your plan because when you're 18, you can do whatever the hell you want.
She's gonna be she's gonna be like these haters holding me back.
Okay, that's good
It's
for
like
her.
haters trying to hate. No, I'm just kidding. Hopefully
Nah,
it
I
doesn't
wouldn't
go
do it.
that way. But I feel like that's just like the typical, the cliche way of things.
Do you think most people want to be actors and actresses?
A lot of people. It's just like the whole YouTube thing. Like YouTube actor, actress. Nah, maybe not actor, actress, but YouTube for sure. Just like streaming because it's easy. rapping. I feel like first is streaming because it's easy, then acting in like music, like rapping or like whatever, singing, because you still don't need any like skills with an instrument other than your own body. And then actually no, that's it. That's I would say that it stops there because not everyone like becomes an actual like rock star and like learns how to play an instrument. Like maybe they did back in the day, but that hasn't been a thing really in our lifetimes too much.
Yeah,
Like
and
maybe like making beats or something.
oh, like
Like that's
what
another
are,
very saturated market.
what even is that called?
A DJ, a beat maker, a beatsmith,
A beatsmith,
a beatsman.
a beatsman.
Yeah, what if she wanted to become a rapper? What if she was actually good at rapping though?
Okay,
You wouldn't do it?
do what?
Let her be a rapper?
What does that even mean? How do I let you be a rapper?
Like she has to like I don't know, like
What would you need my permission to do to be a rapper? Well, as a teenager. Well, I don't even understand what that means. Like, what?
you're like what do I even need to like is
Yeah,
there
what
a
am I
paper
signing
that
off?
I sign?
Yeah, what am
Like
I
what
signing off on here?
like okay, so like she's gonna be big on the internet and obviously like at least like partially famous. Like
So you're
so are
assuming
you
that she
cool with
gets
that?
famous doing it already, not that she's trying to get famous.
That's a good point. Yeah, like what if she's just like a rapper and she's still good, but like she's just like completely unknown. I feel
Yeah.
like
Well, see, the beauty of that is that like the results speak for themselves.
she's
If
like, "See, honey, you're garbage. Now go back and get a real job."
no, no, I'm like when the moment this the at the point where this will become a career for you is when you it can support you, and it isn't that point yet. So if it can't support you, it can't be your career. Now, if she gets big and okay, the market has spoken clearly. Now, it's up to you to be able to continue to do that, and that's not easy either. But if you have the
Wait,
means,
so what about WWE? It's because it's on a stage and in front of a crowd. So yeah, what if that's what she wanted to do? Like, what if she wanted to go to like this rap,
well,
like
well,
this rap
the other part
thing?
of WWE is that WWE is also like highly sexualized. So I would not be letting my teenager be a part of that.
Well, okay, well, what if she wasn't a sexualized character? Like, what if her character like was very unsexualized?
What does that even mean? So you have one character that's not sexualized, and she's participating with other characters that are? Like, no. The entire what version of WWE exists where the women aren't wearing like crazy clothing and the men are not like oiled up to the T all the time?
I think there's sometimes there's like sometimes there'll just be like a dude in a suit, and sometimes there'll be just uh,
Fighting?
like yeah, yeah. It's like that's the whole point of WWE. It's just like random shit.
I've never seen anyone in WWE who's just like randomly who'd just be like randomly fighting in a suit.
Like
I've seen them
sometimes you'll
talk
be in
it
a
like
whole mascot outfit.
oh, I've never seen that. That's a mascot outfit. They definitely wear costumes and shit, but I've never seen like a intrusive costume before.
Yeah, okay, so if she wanted to be a rapper, what if she like every weekend she wanted to go to like rap night at like this local like I don't even fucking know. But she was allowed in, like anyone who was allowed in. It was like a bunch of people, and it was like, yeah, it was rap night, and it was like packed, and that's what you're signing up for.
To take her to that?
Yeah,
Okay,
so you're cool with that,
I guess. Sure.
and it's like on a stage in front of a bunch of people, and they're cheering.
Yeah, that's fine.
But WWE isn't fine
I already
because
gave
it's
my reason.
sexualized.
Yeah, that's a big part of it.
So what if there was like a special non-sexualized like league of WWE for people her
So we
age.
have to invent something that doesn't exist in order to be participants in WWE.
It probably does exist. Like in Mexico, like that kind of like what is it called actually? Like whatever the sport's called, it's actually big in like Mexico. So like there might
Not sure.
actually be like versions of it that are like completely not sexualized.
So you're just talking about wrestling. You're talking
Yes,
about
but it's still fake.
performative wrestling.
Yes, performative wrestling,
No.
pre-planned choreographed wrestling. Like you can't bet on a WWE match because the outcomes are pre-planned.
Yeah, I understand, and I think the time for you to make that decision that you want to do that professionally is after you leave my house.
I don't know why it's so funny when you say no to stuff, but it's just so like it just makes it sound like you would never consider another option in any way, shape, or form. Even though like maybe you have, but like the way you say it, it just is like no.
Or maybe I've just
Like
considered,
I'm not
and
even thinking about
or
it.
maybe I've just considered the options already, and it doesn't align. I don't feel like it aligns with something that I value. So the answer is just easier.
Okay. That makes sense. She's gonna be like,
Now, if she find like yeah, so to your point, if she finds some weird version of like performative dance that specializes in wrestling moves from like a certain era or some shit, okay, you got me. I guess if you want to try that, that's okay. I have to see it first, but like, am I just gonna shut that down right away? Yeah, I'd want to hear more about what the hell that is. But no, if it's something that you're saying you're interested in, I'm gonna hear it out. But I'm telling you that my most likely answer based on what you've given me so far would probably be no. If she told me what you're explaining, I would be saying no.
that's hilarious. I mean, yeah, she'll probably never like obviously want to do something like that. Like, there's no way. Like, there's literally no way. I mean, there's like a
You
very
never know.
slight chance, right? Like, it could become a fad. If it did, there's a way. Oh my God, that would be so stupid. But that's exactly the type of things that become fads.
Wow.
Exactly those types of things. So you never know.
Yeah, that's what a crazy world. Hopefully, I won't have to think about that for another long, long time. Any of us.
Terrible. Yeah, hopefully not.
Yeah. So, did anyone say I asked you guys how you were doing, but I don't think I asked if anyone had anything new going on since we last met.
No, I don't think so.
What about you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't say so.
Okay. Yeah, we're
Nope.
I have school ending on Friday. So Friday's my last day of the semester, and then I'll be off for like so many months. So I'm pretty freaking excited. And we are actually redoing our bathroom, which is pretty cool. So, but
By
yeah, good.
yourself?
With my dad.
Oh, okay.
So he's
Yeah.
gonna come all the way up there and like do it, what, in like a weekend or something?
I think he's gonna be here like most of next week.
Okay, so you guys are gonna take a week and do it.
Yeah. The thing I'm most excited for is that we're getting a new toilet, and anyone who's ever like cleaned a toilet knows like or cleaned a toilet thoroughly, like inside and out, knows that like there's an outside part of the toilet at the very bottom where there's this white cap on this sort of weirdly shaped surface. And it's just the worst part of the toilet to me to clean. Just because I feel like it's the one place you should not experience the type of grime that you experience there. And maybe that's just me and the toilets that I've seen, but like for some
Wait,
reason,
where is the white cap?
so like
Like on the
behind,
bottom?
so like if you have the toilet bowl, right, and you're staring at the toilet, it goes down. Right behind where it gets skinny, on that flat surface, And there's a
Yeah, that must be like what the bolts that bolt it to the ground. Is
I
that a
think
thing?
so. I don't know if it does,
Okay.
but it definitely covers up a screw, and I think it does bolt it to the ground.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But that thing, that
Ugh,
area is
yeah.
the worst
It's
area to
it's
clean.
disgusting.
And the new toilet that we're getting doesn't have that area at all.
Oh,
It just
nice.
goes
They do
straight
that
the
now?
fuck down. Yep, they sure
Okay.
do.
It just goes straight down. So you just
Yep.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, less surface area.
Oh,
There, that's smart.
I am so fucking excited to not look there and see anything but
That
the
is
floor.
So there's
definitely
like
smart.
one lawn tube. Like,
Like,
is this a toilet that's like
It's
like
no,
a tube.
it's a tube that's
It's like
like
a fucking
30 feet
Mario
long?
tube,
no,
Yeah.
no,
just
no.
protruding out of the
Like,
ground.
it still gets like fatter as a toilet bowl and has the back part still. It just doesn't have that part. It just goes straight down after that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was just going straight down. Does it like fuck? Is the tube like? Is the pipe just like literally just straight down like past your basement and everything, just straight down to the ground?
What? I don't know how the. I don't know. You asked me how the sewage pipes are shaped. I don't know.
Yeah, you just have a
Yeah,
sewage pipe
because if
sticking
you're
straight out of your
yeah, if
hole in
you're
your
if
bathroom.
you don't have to
You
bolt
just
it to the
put your
ground.
asshole on the
If you
sewage
don't have to bolt
box.
it, well, why would that be different? Because you don't have to bolt it to the ground. I don't. You might have to still bolt it.
because because when you bolt it, because those the normal toilets when you bolt it, it's because you're fastening the sewage pipe and like you have. But if
Yeah.
you have no bolts, then like does
No.
your toilet just have one long pipe that just
Oh.
like
Like,
No.
yeah, are you just installing a sewage pipe
Yeah,
extension onto
that's
like
yeah,
the
like
that's
what?
hole?
basically it. Yeah, that's basically it.
Like how is it like where does it connect?
I don't
Like where
know.
is it
That's
connected
actually a
to the
great
toilet?
that's actually a great question.
Where does it connect to
I guess
what?
we're gonna
Your
find
butt?
out.
Like, so it doesn't it has no bolts, so how does it not move?
Oh
Well, how is
yeah.
No,
it not like an office chair like
no, I
swivel?
didn't. I didn't say it has no bolts. It just doesn't have those two bolts, and it's just not in that
Swiveling?
area. Yeah, but that would be disgusting. Like you just have
Like it's
shit
just not
coming
on
right
at
out of your
all.
toilet.
Yeah.
They should make they have to make that, right? Like what if you
A
have one of those
swiveling toilet seat.
a grand bathroom that like I don't know, you have a TV in one corner, maybe another corner you have something else like a big window and you want to swivel.
A
Jesus.
swiveling toilet seat. I don't know if I've
Now,
ever seen
actually,
shit like
you
that.
have me curious to as to where does it connect? Dude, I have to look now.
I think you just got a lot of things.
The guy's got a long toilet pipe, man. Just a sewage pipe.
It's a pipe just like connected to like a 50-foot long ceramic like tube that just goes down to the main sewer line, and that's
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
Yeah, I've never seen a toilet not connected. Like I've seen a toilet not connected, but I've never seen the hole in the bathroom before.
Oh, it's awful. Like that's when yeah, like when you're like demoing to that extent, you either are like, yeah, I'm glad that I'm never gonna be here ever again, or you're, you're like, oh, I'm glad that I'm never gonna remember what this looks like ever again.
Yeah, right. Like, that's yeah. Someone else is gonna have to come in, and they will never know the horrors that I've just seen in
Yeah,
that
it's
hole in the
actually,
ground.
I mean, when you think about it, it's really very, very disgusting. Like there is a room in your house that there's a pipe that just leads completely to sewage, and it's like just connected to your house. And the only thing stopping that sewage gas from getting in is your toilet.
Is the water in your toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. And it's like connected to all your neighbors and the entire city's sewage. All their poop pipes are connected in one
yeah,
big
man, they're
poop
all
pipe.
connected to that
Yeah,
fat
man.
poop
Like
pipe.
why don't we do something good with that gas? Like light a bomb or something.
Light a bomb.
Light a bomb.
Isn't that how you make energy? You just
You
make
just
controllable bombs and extract the energy from them.
yeah, I think that's definitely a thing. Do we do that with sewage gas? We should. It's like methane or whatever. It's the same as garbage gas.
Hmm
Just make a natural gas plant.
They got to. If I'm thinking about it, then maybe they're
Yeah.
not. It probably costs way too much money. They're like, nah, just let the stank
Yeah.
marinate in there between the
Uh,
Yeah,
pipes.
methane's already used for stuff.
yeah, what do
Primarily
you
as
do with
fuel
your
to make
sewage?
heat and light, and it used to manufacture organic chemicals.
Like, what does Vegas do with their sewage? There's no water anywhere. And that's also another gross thing. Like, here in Milwaukee, we just dump our sewage right into the lake, and like 2 feet later, we have another pipe in the lake that intakes the water for us to drink.
Yeah, but we
Jesus.
have that giant castle that shows everyone that we're actually cleaning it. I think.
Yeah. Like, but still, like, essentially, that is what's happening. Like, we put the poop in the water, and then we take the water right back out and drink it.
Yeah.
And that's the only life I've ever known. Like, I'm like, that's what you're supposed to do with your water, I guess. Like, I don't know. But like, if you live in a desert, I do understand that they're getting their water probably from like the the what's the Grand Canyon, the Colorado River or whatever. But like, do they dump the poop right down the river? And if that's the case, does every city on the river just dump their poop? So the last city on the river is just getting all poop.
Yeah, I don't know what they
Yeah,
actually
I
do with
think
the
it actually
sewage.
did. I think it did used to work like that, and you'll find in the records that some towns downriver, so they call them Shit's Creek.
That's why there is so much dysentery.
Uh, yeah, that's kind of crazy.
It's like, yeah, I guess we should treat this poop before we put it down the river. And somehow they make it so it doesn't kill everyone else down the river, or do
I,
they?
I hope that never happens to me, to have actual fecal matter like in my mouth and know it for like
Oh,
a fact.
oh my God.
Like, how did that get through? Oh God! Like, even on your sink, it has like a little like screen. On most sinks, there's like a little screen filter that would stop any chunks from coming out. Anyways, oh man. And your water would be brown. Like, if there was actually like solid matter in it, like your water would not just be clear with solid matter in
It
it.
depends on how much.
Like, ugh,
Mm.
ugh, that's
Yeah,
nasty.
trace amounts, man. You probably already consumed trace amounts.
Yeah, probably. Especially here in Milwaukee, because the pipe is like right next to the other pipe.
It's just two open pipes. One that's sucking in and one that's spitting out.
Yeah,
Actually, no, the pipes are
like
just connected together.
like at Fest where they have that park with like all those big rocks or whatever, and people just sit on them and get sprayed with that that shit mist,
Shipment? The
Uh,
shipment?
the shit mist.
Oh, the shit mist. My
oh,
God,
Because the
what?
water is like splashing, it's like splashing against the rocks, and everyone's like, "Oh,
it's so bad.
it's
Like,
so
all the
Oh.
refreshing."
fish here are dead.
Can you imagine if the lake splashed you and you turned around and then your friend told you your face is brown?
Oh, dude, no, I would never want to let Lake Michigan's water, but at least down here, touch me. Like,
Dude,
I
I used to go like swimming in fucking like Michigan and Chicago. Like they
in
actually used to take
Chicago,
dude, back in the day they used to do beach days there.
they must not have the ship pipe right next to the beach and the intake or
No, it
whatever.
was
But
bad. It was bad then. I just don't think we knew how bad. And then
so it's like, no,
they finally shut it down. They're like, okay, no, we can't keep doing this.
this water is just toxic now. Yeah, we can't
But
actually have you go in
there's
there.
still beaches there. They just only shut them down at certain times of the year. They're
Yeah,
like,
when
yeah,
they
the
when they
water's
turn
too
on the
bad
poop
right
pipe.
now. Yeah, and then they'll come back. No, I shit you not. Then they'll come back and be like, yeah, it's fine now.
It's like it's good now. Like how? What happened? Like how is it just good now? The lake is massive. There's no way you filtered that whole fucking thing. Like
Yeah, maybe
They're
they're
like,
just talking
"Yeah,
about the
well,"
samples of water like closest to Chicago.
they're
Maybe.
like, "Yeah, last week was 4th of July, and there's just way too many hot dog shit, and
there's There's way too much hot dog shits and all this other stuff in here. You guys can't go in the water. Like, were there constantly dead fish like washing up on the beach?
Not that I can remember, no.
That's how Milwaukee is.
Oh my
Like,
god.
But it definitely wasn't
like
like nice
the
beach
water is
water.
so toxic, nothing can
Like
survive in it.
like when I went to the beach in California, like holy shit, I don't the water's not like crystal clear or anything, but it you could tell like there's a very different look of like the beach on the ocean or like over there than there is at fucking Lake Michigan. Like holy fuck.
Really?
Yeah,
I
it's
guess.
crazy. The water in Lake
Yeah, that's
Michigan just
true.
looks like it's been through some shit.
It is like darker.
Like this is Lake Michigan is where I would assume that like Moby Dick could have taken place. If Moby Dick was just running in circles, not knowing where the fuck he was going, he was just going around Lake Michigan over and over again, fighting the same fucking like whale,
That's hilarious.
like crashing waters. People definitely have been dumped there. Like
The
nothing good
biggest source of
happens.
fresh water in the entire world.
Lake Michigan?
Uh, the 5 Great Lakes, which are
Oh, the
connected.
five. Oh, okay, five of them.
Yeah.
It's just one giant toilet. Like the drain pipe isn't nearly big enough.
All the cities on the coast. Toronto, fucking, I don't even know the rest of the cities. There's got to be plenty. Montreal. What other ones? Buffalo. Is Detroit on the lake? No.
I I don't know. But yeah, that's why their water is so clean. They got the whole ocean to dilute it. We're
Mm,
putting it in a bucket.
bucket shit.
Where
Yeah.
does Vegas put their shit?
I don't
Dude,
know.
Vegas
Do
isn't
they
a
just
real
like
place.
put it in a hole in the sand? Like, I really wonder, like, what do they do with it?
Where does Vegas sewage go? Lake Mead.
That's
Ew,
that's man-made, isn't it?
that's
This sewer water
disgusting.
travels to wastewater treatment facility where it is treated. The highly treated wastewater is returned to the Colorado River via
Oh, they do put
Oh
it back
my
in
Las
the river.
goodness.
Vegas Wash, which
They're just like, all right.
flows into Lake Mead. The water is returned to the lake, earns us return flow credits. Them
Oh,
credits.
Ooh,
wait,
Mmm.
so
all ready for the next city.
is Lake Mead man-made?
I don't know. Let's see. Is Lake Mead man-made? It's a reservoir formed by the Hoover Dam and the Colorado River. So no, I don't think it's man-made.
It's made by a dam. Isn't that man-made?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Lake Mead. Yeah, that's correct.
Oh, I guess so, yeah.
It's literally a toilet. It's literally
Ugh.
like a tank,
And
like a
that's where they
toilet
get their
tank.
water. So they're doing the same thing. It's even worse.
Mhm.
Like, we at least have a giant lake to put our sewage in, even though the pipe's right next to the other pipe.
I mean,
Like,
if you really think
they
about
just
it,
have like a little lake, like a little one.
if you really think about it, like every liquid that has ever evaporated in any sense, probably like all the water that falls on you when it rains, like that's all just recycled shit water.
That is true. It's been inside of something's digestive system.
Yeah, like that could have just been dinosaur poop just falling right on your forehead.
Yeah, that's true. But at least when it evaporates, it turns into like its basic elements. So like
As long as
the
it's
poop.
so you're saying as long as it doesn't come out back at you brown, then you're fine.
Well, like the poop doesn't go up in the air. But actually, no, we have learned with science that it does,
Yeah, man, it
which is
does.
why we have acid rain.
It really does go in there.
Yeah, it goes up with the clouds. That's crazy. Dude, so I've been watching the Fallout series on Amazon, which is pretty good, by the way. But it got me thinking.
I
Uh,
saw a recap video of that.
oh, really? Okay, I got like 2 episodes left, so I'm like almost done. Probably gonna finish it tomorrow. But like, I was thinking, yeah, I saw on Reddit actually earlier this week too, or maybe it was last week, that there's a place that I live like really close to, like 4 blocks away, that does military contracts that would be like a possible target for a nuke, like near me. And I was like, huh. And like, I feel like at first, like I don't like that feeling, but then like when I really think about it, I think like I'm kind of maybe a little bit happier in a way that I'm so close, because that would mean that I would for sure die instantly. And like, I think that's good, I guess. Like, also not dying would be cool. Like, I would take that. But at the same time, I don't think I would mind dying, because I feel like I wouldn't be missing out on anything after something like that happens. Unless it was like an isolated incident, like for some
Yeah,
reason,
what
like
if it
they
was
just
just
dropped
that?
one single nuke and it
Yeah,
just so happened to be right here. Like, why would they choose that? I have no
I
idea.
mean that's Hiroshima basically.
But at least
Mhm.
like with Hiroshima, it was like it made sense why they would have like nuked that place, like because like all the other cities were already bombed and they had been saving those 2 cities for the nukes the entire time. There's like, okay, we're gonna save these cities for this new project we're working on. So like it made sense. Well, like here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, I feel like if a nuke dropped all the way over here in the heart of North America, that would be like intentional that you want to destroy the country, I would assume. So like you're for sure like the world is over. Or at least like North America's over. And probably the world. I think I heard like if the entirety of America or Russia got nuked over, that it would just be so much radiation that it would destroy the world anyways, or something like that.
Wait, so
So
you'd
like
you'd rather die in America than just be like located somewhere else?
and then die of like radiation slowly in the years coming,
No, like what if you were just on another continent like China?
you'll still die.
If the
But
US,
like,
if the whole US was nuked, everyone, you're saying everyone would die of radiation?
yeah, they said nuclear fallout would still happen. It would still wipe out like most of life on Earth
Just
if
from
that
the
many
U
nukes.
just from the US being nuked.
Yeah, just from the U.S. or Russia. The countries are so big. Yeah, the Earth can't take that much nuke and still
Nuke.
sustain life.
No, I'm gonna stick around. I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, I like
Maybe we'll figure
if
out how
I
to get in
knew it was
space.
coming, I guess like yeah, I would want to try and live and like move to another country. But if like that just didn't end up happening, or like we didn't see it coming soon enough, or like whatever the reasons were, yeah, and
I
like
wonder if
whatever the
Danielle would
reasons
want
were.
to live. She'd probably say just get me out of here. Just give, just kill me.
Yeah, just yeah, literally. Yeah, so would you wanna like let's say like you people didn't see it coming in time enough for like people to start leaving to another country. Would you yeah, how would you feel if like there was a nuclear target within like 4 blocks of your house? Like does that bother you? Like would that be enough to make you want to move eventually?
If
Would
if
it
I
do
knew
anything?
if I knew that the place I was living in was a nuclear target,
Yeah.
yeah, I would want to leave.
What about you?
Uh, mm, like, do I know who it's being targeted by?
Yeah. It's like
And that
Russia
would
or
be,
China. It's
I
always
mean,
one of
like,
them.
do I get to know exactly which one?
Yeah. Yeah.
If it's if it's
I feel like
China,
it
no. And if it's Russia, yes.
really? Okay, that's interesting. Can you explain that?
I think China would be less likely to be like that, have a target that deep in the heartland. I feel like they would go after like the big ones and kind of just like leave it at that. and I think Russia would be more likely to be that that much of an asshole about it, like literally like pinpoint like target every single installation in every state across the country.
Yeah, definitely. So if it was Russia, you would feel not good about it. But if it was China that we were at war with, or potential nuclear war with, you would be like, you know what, it's probably gonna be fine. But either
Mhm.
way, you'd want to live potentially more than you'd want to get vaporized instantly in the case of a nuclear war.
In either case, yeah, I'm not gonna like kill myself before the bomb does not drop. If it
Okay.
drops, I plan to be alive when it happens.
Okay.
Yeah. You're
Interesting.
saying like if there was like a 100% chance the bomb was gonna drop, and they were like, "All right, here's the countdown, 60 seconds." Like you would just run to your gun safe and like put a bullet in your head.
Boom. He's just gone immediately.
Run, 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 go, go. It's about to drop, hurry up. No, I would feel like, oh God.
Like it's a countdown that gives you enough time to drive away from like instant death, but like you're gonna have a bad time. Or you can just wait until like the countdown like gets to 10 and you put a bullet in your head.
Or you don't even have to put a bullet in it. Can you just get vaporized or just let yourself
Yeah, you
get
could get
chilled?
vaporized too. Yeah.
Ah, that's a rough one.
I'd
Yeah, I would
take
just take
I'd take
everyone
the chance.
outside and be like, all right, let's go watch this explosion.
You think you're
And then
close
just
enough
let
to
it
a
all.
actual nuke target?
For me, yeah, like, so I'm like 4 blocks away from the only manufacturer in Wisconsin that makes parts for the military, apparently. I think that's the case. ATI Steel or whatever.
Hmm.
Um, so like that would literally be like a military target. That would be like one of the first actual places to get targeted in real life. Like even if it wasn't nuclear, like because they make
You
military
don't
parts.
think anyone would go for one of our major cities as a nuke
No, they
target?
would. But like they have enough nukes to nuke the world like how many times over? I forgot how many. It's like more than 10 or something. So like all the major that's like a guarantee. Like if you live downtown, you're done. Like so sorry,
I
Gouda,
think
you're actually already done anyways. Like
I think they said it was enough to turn all the world's water into steam.
God, that's absurd, dude. Holy shit. All
That can't
water
be.
into steam. That's just so absurd. Like
Yeah, that seems absurd.
that's the most
No, I
absurd
just
thing I've ever.
I just made that up. But I
Okay,
mean,
I
like
believed it. I'm not
if
gonna lie.
if every nuke went off, I think that might happen.
Oh my god, like just completely like blow all the water straight off this planet. Like it's not on the planet anymore. Oh man, that's
But no, yeah,
hilarious.
I think yeah, if I get a countdown, I'm gonna try and get away. But otherwise, yeah, I'll just watch like you would, like it's an eclipse or something.
Yeah, yeah. Like if I know for sure I'm getting vaped, like I'd be like, oh, all right. Yeah, no. I'm not prepared for nuclear fallout, and I don't think I'll ever be. Like,
Yeah,
no.
I think it's probably there's a good chance. How many people are getting murdered?
Like everyone else.
Everyone
Like,
else.
are people just running around and just murdering people? Like, just seeing if the front door is open and then walking in and murdering?
Maybe. Like there's no 911 anymore, ever, in any city, anywhere. Like that's just over now. Like that'll never
Because
be a thing
I
ever again.
immediately thought like I'm gonna go and like get like buy like 20 bags of gummies and take all of them at once. But but then I was like, will there even be stores open? Like, can I even use
No,
money anymore? So I guess I would have to go loot. But if other people are looting, then like I'm getting murdered for sure. So
that's also true.
Can't win that loot battle.
oh, absolutely not. Do they win in the show? I haven't seen a single thing about it. Like I literally know nothing about it.
Gotta
No, it's
loot.
complete savagery in the wastelands.
Oh, the
Okay.
wastelands.
Have you both played the games?
I have. I
What game?
played
No,
only
I
the
haven't.
last one.
I've seen other people play them, but no, I haven't played them.
The stories on the Fallout games are like so good. Like I a lot of times I'll look up just the Fallout lore and it's like the writing and like the stories behind like some of the vaults. It's like so intriguing. I love it.
Hmm. Yeah, I should give it a try.
Give it a
Give it
twirl.
a look see.
Give it a look. Well,
Yeah. Oh look.
I think that's a good place to leave it for this episode. Um, there will likely be a gap until we record again, because I will be knee deep in shit from the toilet not fastening to the ground. uh, but yeah, so I'll be doing that next week for a long time. So we'll see when the next one will be. But until next time, bye bye.
All right, guys. See ya.